Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Adriana, and on this channel I do share a lot about my happiness, my health journey, and just overall healing. I recently entered a space about a year or so ago about really just trying to literally unprogram my mind and to become more conscious and more aware, and that way I'm able to really enjoy this life that we live in. So if you think this is something that you will find interesting to you, if you need this type of positivity, encouragement, or inspiration, be sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I post more videos. Now in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys so far about my health journey that I've been doing. It's only been about 19 days, but we are quickly approaching starting our 4th week of doing this cleanse. And so I want to just share some of the ups and downs and just how I've been feeling in hopes to help you if this is something that you want to start or even have been going through yourself. So let's get into it. So I figured I would go back and try to save you guys from having to go back unless you absolutely want to figure out how we got started. So I'm going to kind of brief you before I talk about some of the challenges and things that we're learning. And that is that there was I keep wanting to call it a documentary. It's not a documentary. It is a channel that we are subscribed to called Earn Your Leisure, and 19 Keys had somebody on there, so we're subscribed, so we're notified when videos come. And there was this guy called Yahki Awakening, I think, or Yahki Awakened, and I actually I've been watching the video pop up on my YouTube feed for a while, called The Food Matrix, and my soul was not ready to really embrace the possible truth about the food, because I will be 100% honest. I was a foodie in the sense I love my chicken. I kind of was a foodie in the sense like I could always eat really well. I never like wasted food. I'm like, why are we leaving food on the plate type person? So I was like, I really don't want to know. And I was like, I know they say caffeine's bad. I know they said a lot of sugar is bad, but it kind of was like on surface level. But then I was out, I think I was doing Shipped at the time, and then my husband ended up watching it, or a good part of it. And then when I got home, he said, let's watch this. And I'm thinking, I guess today is the day. I've been putting this off probably for 5 or 6 months. Like, it's an older video. And so when I watched it, and just in that hour and 48 minutes or something in depth of all that they were explaining about the food, I was like, wow, I definitely need to make a change. And I think the thing that got me, because here's the thing, you have to, in order to change anything about you or whatever, you have to get to the point where it makes sense for you to change. So because somebody else can say like, oh yeah, chicken's bad for you, or processed food is bad for you, and that may not hit you in that same type of way. But if it's said a certain type of way, or you realize that people are not supposed to be sick, and that's really what got me. They're like, yeah, nobody's supposed to, and I've actually heard this from a couple people on Instagram or whatever, that we're not even supposed to be sick. We're not supposed to have disease, but it's a lot of the processed food and things that we're consuming that causes mucus, which then causes inflammation and things of that nature. So I was like, wait a minute, we're not supposed to be sick? But I know a whole lot of people in my family that are sick, but I'm also reviewing like their diet. And I'm like, even for me, I was having like 3 cups of large coffees. I'm just having like candy, sugar. Oh my goodness, it was horrible. And so I was like, you know what? We want to talk about manifesting and have a life and amazing life and do all this stuff. But I'm like, how can we even be able to manifest and have the life we the desire if we aren't healthy? And it'd be like, it would suck that if we actually one day manifested everything that we wanted, but then we were sick. Because I know a lot of times with sickness and disease, it comes up almost like at random, like, you know, a normal checkup, or you wake up feeling weird one day and then that's the start of your sickness. And so I began to really go, you know what? This is bad. I really don't want to do that. We have people in our family, both me and my husband. He has a lot of people that have heart issues on his side. There's people who have lupus and high blood pressure. I dealt with high blood pressure with my pregnancy with my daughter. So I was like, you know what? Why would we wait until something comes up to then have to try to fix it and correct it? And we can be prevented. We can try to prevent it now by what we're eating. So literally that same day, more so me, I did this part, was like get rid of all the food that was processed, like completely revamped our refrigerator and our pantry. as soon as I saw the video, that was it. I gave my food away. I was an option because she's like, why would you give food away to other people? Because not everybody's at the same page. And I'm like, why throw this food away when somebody else can use it? So then we went to, I believe, Wegmans, yes, and then we got some fruits and vegetables. And so we first started out with a detox by Yahki Awakening, and it was like a lot of smoothies and juices and salads, and we began to really use the bathroom a lot and really got cleaned out. We realized very quickly how much energy we had, how much lighter we felt, how much sleep we got. We just overall felt really, really good. And there was like 3 different levels to the detox, and you can increase as you need to based on like what it is that you want to do. Some people do like 70 to 90-day detoxes. You know, some people do fasting. Like there's plenty of detoxes out there. So I'm not saying you guys have to use Yahki Awakening, but you just want to use a detox that you can tell things are being flushed out. And another thing I just want to add to that is a lot of people want to, oh, I want to detox. I want to do all this stuff only to retox by the stuff they were eating before. So there's no point of detoxing to retox. You might as well just not detox at all. So, you know, the first 2 weeks were good. You know, the food was good. I didn't get tired of juices. I didn't get tired of smoothies. I didn't get tired of, you know, salads. It was very helpful. And I think it was having the right frame of mind, understanding that what we were doing is going to be a long-term benefit to our health. And at the same time of us doing our, you know, detox, we were doing some research, because we're like, okay, well, by definition of not having meat and dairy, some people may consider us like vegetarian or vegans. Yeah, vegans. And then you have people who do like raw vegan, and they really just literally eat raw fruits and vegetables, and you have more like plant-based. And so we're trying to still even figure that out. And I think that's kind of the challenge we're having now, because we're like, okay, we can't just say we're healthy because we took off the meat and dairy off our plate, because a lot of these products have soy in them. For men, that's not really good. They have like a lot of estrogen and things like that. Natural flavors are not good. If I'm not mistaken, I read something that said like natural flavors are 90% chemicals, and a lot of them are cancer causing. And a lot of the stuff that they put in food with natural flavors causes food to be addictive. And that's why people are never satisfied. So we realize that when we go to the grocery store, when we want to make certain things, it's not always necessarily super easy to just pick stuff up, because there's a lot of different ingredients that we don't know off the top of our head. Like, what is this? Okay, what is this actually? Because a lot of times these companies use very sneaky language, or they even may use very vague terms. Like when you think of natural flavors, you know, like natural hair or natural face or natural glow or anything natural, you don't ever question it. So when you see like natural flavors, you're probably thinking it's from flavors naturally from like a peach or like a strawberry, but that's not what it is. So we've been learning we have to be careful, because it's like natural flavors, and there's canola oils, and there's vegetable oils, and there's soybean. There's like these 4 major ingredients that's in a lot of stuff. And so it almost seems like we can't eat anything, and that's not true. But we realize that we have to decide what we want to do. We just didn't want to just remove meat and dairy in vain and like still eat unhealthy because of the soy, the chemicals and things that we're taking in. And I know 100% it's hard to be 100% clear when we're not growing our own, or we're not regulating everything from when it's in the ground out and stuff like that. So it's a lot better than like willingly eating processed foods that have so much stuff. And this is a funny story, because y'all know I like to add my stories. Is we went to Sam's Club the other day, and we were like, okay, let's look at some of the healthy snacks or whatever. And we pick up stuff like natural flavor. I'm like, why does this all this stuff have like natural flavors? What do y'all need soy for? It's like you see some of these products and you're like, y'all just have stuff in here because why? Y'all trying to do something, because some of it doesn't even make sense, you know? And so it kind of is hard. You're like, well, you're trying to be healthy. You're trying to make sure, you don't have disease, that you feel your best, and you have stores filled with products, and even the healthy section, it's like maybe 5 or 6 things that you can use. So we've realized that we have had to more so work on compiling a list, because once we know what we can have, we can work within those boundaries for food. And I will say that 100% the transition, I know a lot of people are thinking like, what do you do about cravings and how do you handle that? And can you be around food and can you smell coffee? Because of course, you know, whenever I try to lose weight before and stop eating foods, because it was seeming more like a temporary thing, like I just wanted to lose 20 pounds and was hoping to get back to being able to eat the same stuff I was eating, you know, it's a lot different. I position myself to realize this is like a journey. This is a lifestyle change. And that way it makes it a lot easier for me to be around that stuff, because I already know it's like, yeah, those chips were good. I remember how those tasted. I remember how my wings tasted, but I also know what's in them. And so I don't even think, even if I went crazy for a second and it's like, oh, I'm gonna eat this food again, I don't think I would honestly be able to enjoy certain foods because I know what's in them. So yeah, overall though, I am so excited for this decision. I am happy. You know, something else I've noticed is I've been sleeping a lot better. I used to snore like a bear, y'all. Snore like a bear. But my husband's like, you're sleeping better. You know, I've lost I want to say 10 pounds. Like, so it's kind of hard to weigh yourself when you have a whole bunch of hair in your hair that adds weight, but I lost 10 pounds and that was without aggressive, you know, exercise. I would just change what I eat. I do Amazon Flex sometimes, which just require me getting in and out of the car, but it's not aggressive. I'm not sweating. So besides that type of active movement for like 3 or so hours, like every day or so, I would consider it aggressive or even intentional exercise. But even with that, 10 pounds in 3 weeks is excellent. So I'm excited for continued weight gain, although I said this in many other videos that the weight loss, I'm sorry, not weight gain, weight loss, and although that is not my main focus, I know it comes with the territory of eating better. I know my husband and I, when I have to, we want to try for another child, so it will be great to be able to get the weight down in order to have a really healthy pregnancy, because my last one, I did have preeclampsia, which is very scary for me. And so I'm looking forward to continuing this journey. I asked you guys if you are wanting to start something like this or you do have any questions. I am not a licensed professional and or a doctor, so I would advise that you may check with your physician. I don't want to advise you in the wrong way. This is something that we did. I didn't check my physician, but I did research and decided to take a risk, as people may say, and I feel 100% great. So if you do have any questions, keep that in mind when you do ask me. I will do my best to answer any questions, but also guide you to the information that you can look at yourself. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Make sure that before you go that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you haven't, and love and light.